Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Cassie. This is my boyfriend Eddie, and we live in Hackney in London.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Rhapsody. I'm from London. This is my boyfriend Will, and he's from North Yorkshire.
Couple number three.
Hi, my name is Sean. We're from Erith in Kent, and this is my lovely daughter Laura.
Couple number four.
Hi, I'm Olivia. This is my wonderful partner, Alec, and we're from New Zealand.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, everybody. A very warm welcome to the show. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's got a voice like Adele when she's swearing. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Hello there. Now, before we say anything at all, Cassie must be the unluckiest player in Pointless history. She's been on 2 shows so far. First show, she gave us a pointless answer, got knocked out in round 1 because of Eddie. Second show, best round we've ever had in Pointless history, the best 8 answers possibly could have given, and you two just were unfortunate, got knocked out. So they've been knocked out round 1 both times.
I know.
So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of them. Olivia and Alec, welcome back, our friends from New Zealand. Second show for them. And welcome to our 2 new pairs. Rhapsody and Will sounds like a 1990s US sitcom, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
I think I've watched it, yeah.
And welcome to Laura and Sean Shirt. Lovely to have you here as well.
That is a shirt, isn't it?
Isn't
I
it?
love that. Now, soon Alicia won the jackpot last time. Unsurprising. I mean, they were very, very good. They didn't muck about. They came here just one show, flying straight the way through.
But yeah, musical theatre they had, didn't they? And it was a gimme. It went 1-1 Pointless, didn't they?
Yeah. That means we're going to start today's jackpot back off at £1,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just going to remind you before we get underway, it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so you know what you have to do if you don't want to be that pair. Good luck, everybody. Our first category this afternoon is contemporary literature. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns the French titles of modern books. This is fun.
Yep, we're going to show you the titles now of 7 novels on each pass that were published this century. We're going to show you the titles in French. Can you tell us the English titles of these novels, please?
Right, let's reveal our first board of 7 books, but with French titles. Samedi, Ian McEwan, 2005. L'Hibiscus Pourpre, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, 2003. Ange et Démon, Dan Brown, 2000. Mange, Prie, M, Elizabeth Gilbert, 2006. La Constance du Jardinier, John le Carré, 2001. Nous, David Nichols, 2014. And Mamie Gangster, David Williams, 2011. There we are. Cassie, welcome back. This is the 3rd attempt to get past round 1. I mean, as Richard explained, this has not been your fault.
It hasn't.
Nor has it really been Eddie's, to be fair, apart from the first time round. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm Cassie, and in my spare time I make zines. So like they're little, it's like a very 90s thing, like a DIY publishing little magazines.
You remember zines, like fanzines?
Fanzines, yes.
With respect, it's a very 70s thing.
It's 70s. I got told it was very 90s.
And then 80s, it was very 90s as well. But 70s, 80s, with zines all over the place.
Zines.
Yeah. What's your zine about, Cassie?
I make lots of different little zines, so I make them about, like, literally anything. I made one about otters, really anything.
Otters.
Wow.
An otter
Facts about
zine.
otters, yeah.
Very good. Cassie, what are you going to go for?
After many years of private French lessons, I speak not a word of French.
Ah.
So
What do you do during those French lessons?
I have no idea. Wasted my mum's money, basically. So I'm feeling a bit lost with this one. I can pick some. I'm going to have to go for Us by David Nichols.
David Nichols, Us. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Us. Got that from Nous. He's right. Oh, gosh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's getting better all the time. Look at that. Better, better, better. Down against the 13. That's a great start to the round. Very well done indeed. 13 for Us.
Very nicely played, yeah. 7 people said We, which Nous can also mean, but the book is Us by David Nichols. Just they did it on BBC in 2020.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, Rhapsody, welcome. Lovely to have
Thank
you here. Tell us all about yourself, Rhapsody.
I recently graduated from Newcastle Uni, where I did human geography, and I now work in a housing association.
Where's the housing association?
In London.
To be found.
In East London.
In East London. Do you abbreviate your name at all?
Yes, I do. I normally go by Raps.
Rhapsody.
And would you believe I have a sister called Symphony?
Oh,
Symphony and Rhapsody.
Symphony and Rhapsody.
I think you got the better end of that.
Oh,
I think
thank
you most
you.
definitely did.
I will
Raps.
rub her nose in
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. You go and tell Symph. Sorry, Symph, but Raps has got it, I
Thank
think.
you.
Rhapsody, what are you going to go for?
Well, I did do French A-level at school, which is helpful.
That's going to help.
I think I will say Elizabeth Gilbert. I'll go with Eat, Pray, Love.
Eat, Pray, Love for Elizabeth Gilbert. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Eat, Pray, Love. $18 for Eat, Pray, Love. Not bad.
Very well played. Now, this one, 4 people at poll said an entirely different book, which is Eat, Shoots and Leaves. The Lynn Truss
The
book.
Lynn Truss, yeah. That's
You can
hilarious.
sort of see it, I suppose. Yeah, manger.
Yeah.
Yeah, pris.
Mange, pris,
Aimé.
aime. There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Sean and the shirt. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Great to have you. Ladybirds at an entirely different scale from the fruit.
Yes. Not
That-
my design.
No, not your design, but it's a joyous thing.
Yes.
Thank you. And a generous balloon cuff.
Yes.
I like that as well.
Bringing a sense of style to the show.
Yes, you have. It's great. Sean, tell us all about yourself.
I'm Sean. I've recently taken early retirement, and I'm currently focusing on my love of cycling at the moment.
That's fun. So what sort of form does your cycling take?
It's just a social ride, just for the exercise, the fresh air, the camaraderie.
I mean, I tell you what, traffic will see you coming,
I
that's
was
for
literally
sure.
about to say, be safe, be seen.
Who needs a high vis?
No, no, indeed. Sean, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I think I'll go for the John le Carré one, which is the Constant Gardener.
The Constant Gardener, says Sean. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Constant Gardener. $31 for the Constant Gardener. Not bad.
The much-missed John le Carré there, The Constant Gardener, made that into a film as well, which Rachel Weisz won an Oscar for. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Alec, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
I work at an environmental charity, and I also once ran a political campaign for a bird in New Zealand's Bird of the Year competition.
How did the bird do?
Very badly.
Oh, no.
It's not a very popular bird at all.
What was the bird?
The bird is called the Arctic skua.
Yeah.
And it eats by stealing food from other birds. So
no.
I tried to play on the kind of bad boy thing, but it didn't
The
work.
bad boy.
Yeah,
The skua
yeah.
is something of a friend to point us. We've featured the Arctic skua
Yeah,
before.
the skua's been on before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Skua. Oh, well. Alec, this is your board. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, I know the first 3 Samedi, Saturday, Hibiscus Porpros, Purple Hibiscus, and then Angels and Demons. I'm struggling out of the first 2, I think which would be the lower, but I think I might go for the more, what I think might be the more obscure book, Purple Hibiscus.
OK, Purple Hibiscus for L'Hibiscus Pourpre. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Purple Hibiscus. Purple Hibiscus is right. Well, 31 is our high score, 13 is our low. You pass the high score, you pass the low. That goes down to 6, Alec. Very, very well done indeed.
Very well played, Alec. Best answer on the board. That one was her first novel. Samedi would have scored you more points. It is Saturday, you're quite right. Would have scored you 40. You're right about Ange et Démons, Angels and Demons. The Dan Brown book would have scored 50. And the Mamie Gonster,
Is Gangster Granny.
Gangster Granny, yeah, would have scored you 28 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. I mean, you may have lost with the Arctic skua, but you skewered this one, Alec. Look at that. 6, the best score of the past. Best skua of the past, indeed. And then we travel up from there to 13, where we find Cassie and Eddie. Then 18 is where we find Rhapsody and Will. And then 31 is where we find the shirt and... Sean and Laura. A little bit ahead there. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 7 more English book titles in French up on the board, and here they come. We have got Comment dresser votre dragon, Cressida Cowell, 2003, 50 nuances de gris, E.L. James, 2011, Cartographie des nuages, David Mitchell, 2004. L'Histoire de Pi, Yann Martel, 2001. Mille Soleil Splendide, Khaled Hosseini, 2007. Harry Potter et la Coupe de Feu, J.K. Rowling, 2000. And La Route, Cormac McCarthy, 2006. There we are. Olivia, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
Well, we moved from New Zealand to London about 2.5 years ago, and we moved here so that I could do my master's. So I recently graduated with my master's from LSE in gender studies.
Well, congratulations. Will you be sticking around, or are you going to...
Yeah, I think we'll hang around for a bit longer.
Very
I
good.
think we're better for them.
I think
Don't you?
Yeah.
As a nation.
Yeah. I
Lovely.
think
You
so.
stay
Thank
as long as you want.
Stay as long as you like. Absolutely fine. Now, Olivia, brand new board. What are you going to go for?
Okay, so I think I know a couple of them, although I probably preferred the last board. I am going to go for... I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go 50 Shades of Grey, E.L.
50
James.
Shades of Grey for the E.L. James. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here's your red line. Let's see where we end up in relation to that with 50 Shades of Grey. It's right. Not bad, actually, Olivia. Down it goes to 50, taking your total up to 56.
You get very sniffy reviews in France, but sold out its entire 150,000 print run in 2 days en France.
Wow.
Oui, c'est ça.
There you go. Thank you
très
very
bien, non?
much. Très bien.
Oui.
Now, Laura.
Hello.
Laura, welcome. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I am a HR administrator for some very popular London tourist attractions. Currently.
Oh, that's fun. Can we try and guess which ones they
absolutely
are?
try and guess.
Do dungeons involve at all?
They are.
Waxworks.
Yep.
Wow.
Planets on a big dome.
Planets, no, not Planets the Big Dome.
Fish?
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
part of the-
fish. Yeah, fish.
Fish, good. Oh, that's good.
Thanks. There's something else in that group, isn't
yeah,
there?
must
I'm
be.
sure.
There is a really, really famous one on the
Oh,
water.
no.
You want to hope the weather's good when you go there.
Oh,
The wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, what a fun thing to be doing.
Yeah.
Now, Laura, there you are. 31's your score. 24 is your target. What are we going for?
I think I know a couple of them, but I'm going to go for the one I hope will score less, the top one, and I'm going to go for How to Train Your Dragon.
How to
Cressida
Train
Cowell.
Your Dragon for the Cressida Cowell. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. How to Train Your Dragon. There's your red line, Laura. Let's see if we can get you below that with How to Train Your Dragon. Very well done. Oh, bang on. You needed 24. That's exactly what you got. Takes your total up to 55.
very well played indeed. Yeah, it's sold in 38 languages, How to Train Your Dragon.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Will, welcome. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm 23 years old. I just finished my master's degree in chemistry and I've started my PhD back up in Durham in organic chemistry.
What do you like getting up to, Will?
I like listening to a lot of music, especially kind of a big fan of the Beatles and a lot of kind of newer indie music. I like to go into gigs.
Excellent. OK, now, Will, you are on 18. If you can score 37 or less, you are through to the next round.
I think I've seen a few of them on my mum's bookshelf, and I think I'll probably go for 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini.
OK, 1,000 Splendid Suns. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Here is your red line. It's right. Gets you through. Very well done indeed, Will. Down that goes to 13, taking your total up to 31.
Yeah, he was a doctor, Khaled Hosseini, and stayed a doctor until Weddington and The Kite Runner, which was a huge hit for him as well. But he was still a doctor when that came out. Not now.
Amazing. Good lad. Now, Eddie. Eddie, look, the stage is set. The stage is set. We made Pointless History last time with the 8 lowest scores in a round. Might we make Pointless History this time by getting you into round 2? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Eddie, remind us all about yourself.
Hi, so I work in communications. At the moment, I'm trying to get back in shape, so I'm training for a triathlon.
Very good. Now, you're on 13. We've got to get a score of 42 or less, Eddie. Can we do this? Do you want to talk us through that board?
So I'm guessing La Route would just be the route or the road, depending on how it's translated. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, I think that's what Coupe de Feu means. L'Histoire de Pi, I guess that's story of Pi, so the life of Pi. And I have no... Cartography, just in English, is maps, so I don't know David Mitchell's book, so I can't even guess. I don't know what nuage means. So it's just a choice of the lowest scorer of the 3 that I kind of know. So Maybe Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Just hoping people don't know that specific title.
OK, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now, here comes your red line. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is right. Oh, you've done it! You've done it! You've done it, Eddie! Look at that, 36! Oh, I didn't have high hopes for that one. The bit where Harry Potter translated as Harry Potter was where I thought that might be quite a risky one. But there we are. Look, you've done it. 36 takes your total up to 49. You are through.
You had written Eddie off there, hadn't you?
Well, I thought that was a... I was worried.
I'd written myself off.
Certainly, of the three he said he knew, it's not the one I would have gone for.
No.
La Route is the road. The road, yeah. The route. That would have scored 30. No, L'Histoire de Pi is a much better title, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, it is The Life of Pi. And that would have scored 34. Now, David Mitchell, not that David Mitchell. Do you know
Cloud
this one?
Atlas.
Cloud Atlas, absolutely. Would have scored 9 points. That's best answer on the board. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of our first round. And the pair we have to say goodbye to, Olivia and Alec. I'm afraid it's you. We'll see you again next time. And next time, we'll see you go much further through, I'm quite sure. Anyway, thank you very much, meanwhile, Olivia and Alec. But for the remaining three pairs, now time for round two. Three pairs remain. Very well done indeed. We made it through that first French round. Very, very best of luck to everybody. Our category for round two today is food and drink. Can you all decide in your pairs who wants to go first, who wants to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns student meals. Richard.
Yeah, we're about to show you the titles of 6 recipes you'll find on the BBC Food website, typical student meals. We're looking for any ingredient you'd find in any of these recipes, please.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our recipes. And these recipes stay up for the whole round, by the way. We won't be changing them halfway through. And they are All-Day Breakfast Frittata by Emily Angle, Easy Chili con Carne by Richard Corrigan, Hawaiian Pizza by Annie Rigg, Microwave Carbonara by Sophie Whitbread, Mom's Meatloaf by Nancy Davis, and Quick Moussaka by James Martin. There we are. Cassie, you will go first.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for chili con carne and say tinned tomatoes.
Tinned tomatoes, says Cassie. Let's see how many of our 100 said tinned tomatoes. Tinned tomatoes is right. Down it goes to 42. 42 for tinned tomatoes.
Yes, in 3 of the recipes, tomatoes of various types in the all-day breakfast, chili con carne, and the moussaka.
Lovely. Now, Rhapsody.
Yes.
Rhapsody, what are you going to go for?
I was a student pretty recently, but I don't really know if that helps.
Did you make any of these? No.
I don't think so. Not while I was a student. I think I'm going to say chili flakes.
Chili flakes, says Rhapsody. Let's see how many of our 100 people said chili flakes. Chili flakes is right, Rhapsody. Down it goes to 30. Not bad. 30 for chili flakes.
Yep, that's in the chili con carne. It's also in the Hawaiian pizza. Dried chili flakes.
Hawaiian pizza suddenly trying to redeem itself in my eyes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
Laura.
Hello.
What would you like to go for?
I think I'm going to go for something that I try and put in every meal possible. Garlic.
OK, garlic. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Garlic. Garlic is right. 42 is the high score, 30 is the low. You pass the high, you pass the low. New low. 9. Very well done indeed, Laura.
It's only in 2 of the recipes, can you believe it? What do you reckon it would be in?
It's probably in the moussaka.
Yes.
I suppose it could be in the carbonara.
Chili con carne.
Chili con carne.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, and it's in the Hawaiian pizza, sorry, forgive me.
Hawaiian pizza.
This Hawaiian pizza
Sounds
is...
great.
wow.
Wow.
It's like a Sean's shirt of a dish, isn't it? A little bit of everything.
I mean, it's extraordinary. Well, before we come back down the line, let's just recap those scores. 9, the best score of the past. Well done. Laura and Sean looking spectacular from a points point of view. Then 30 is where we find Rhapsody and Will. And then 42 is where we find Cassie and Eddie. So a little bit ahead there, Eddie. You know what you have to do. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line. Now, will the second players please step up to the podium? Sean. Now then, we're looking for ingredients from any of these recipes.
OK, not having been a student myself, but thinking of what might be a student staple, I'm going for baked beans.
Baked beans. Baked beans, says Sean. Let's find out if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Here is your red line, Sean. Let's see where we end up with baked beans. Oh, no. I'm afraid not baked beans. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 109.
Yeah, sorry, Sean. Quite how we're having an all-day breakfast anything without baked beans, I don't know.
Thank you, Will. Now, that's changed things. You now have a target of 78 or less.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, do I go for something more obvious to kind of hopefully guarantee 78 or lower? And so I think I'll go for pineapple.
Pineapple. Someone, listen, the elephant in the room, pineapple. Here's your red line. Can you get below that with pineapple? It's right. You can. 60, though, that's a high score. It takes your total up to 90, but sensible move.
That's all you had to do, yeah, absolutely. Now, do you know where the Hawaiian pizza was invented?
Croydon.
Canada.
Oh.
Ontario.
OK.
There you go.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Eddie. Eddie, you're on 42. We need a score of 66 or less from you. What are we going to go for? Do you cook at all, Eddie?
A tiny bit, but it's normally just chicken and rice. I'll go with one from, I hope it's in the chili con carne, kidney beans.
Kidney beans,
yeah.
Says Eddie. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said kidney beans. Here is your red line. Eddie, that's good. Eddie, you've done it. The head-to-head awaits. 29 is what you score there. 71 is your total.
Very well played, Eddie. We'll start with the all-day breakfast frittata. There's no real low scorers here. It's got bacon in it for 30, potatoes 13, mushrooms 12, oil for spinach. A pointless answer. Well done if you said that. The Easy Chili Con Carne by Richard Corrigan. It's got 14 ingredients in it. I'd hate to see what he put in a difficult chili con carne. The lowest scorers, you've got 5 for pepper, 2 for yoghurt, 1 for olive oil, stock and mixed herbs. No pointless answers there. The Hawaiian pizza, 1 point for yeast, water, mozzarella, and pointless answers, oregano and green chili. For the microwave carbonara, Parmesan would have scored you 1, and pointless answers for pancetta and linguine. For the Mom's meatloaf, tomato ketchup would have scored you 5. Pointless answers, brown sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and parsley. And for the quick moussaka, 5 pointless answers here, cinnamon powder, cumin powder, red wine, nutmeg, and mint.
Mint.
Interesting.
Interesting, James. Interesting
James
what
Martin.
you're doing there.
What's he up
What
to?
are you doing?
He'll be putting a pineapple on top of it next.
Oh. All right, thank you very much indeed, Richard. That brings us to the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, Sean and Laura, I'm afraid it is you we say goodbye to. Listen, this was just your walk around the course. You're going to be back. You're going to be back next time. You're going to mean business. And I cannot wait to see what you're going to be wearing, Sean. Thank you very much for playing Laura and Sean. For the remaining 2 pairs, though, it's time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Cassie and Eddie, Rhapsody and Will. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. But before we play the head-to-head, we get this lovely opportunity to find a couple of pointless answers and see if we can't add 250 or maybe even £500 to that jackpot. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of ant as they could. Richard.
Yep, 6 names up on the board. As always, there'll be 2 pointless answers. There'll be 2 incorrect answers that we made up. So ant or ain't, or ants or pants.
Nice. Either of those is good. Yep. Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our board of 6 potential pointless ants. And we have got Yellow crazy ant, Enpas ant, redwood ant, Mancini ant, Hercules ant, and bullet ant. There we are. Share your thoughts.
Hercules ant would make sense.
Is that
Is it
strong?
strong?
I did think
they
that.
are
I feel like
notoriously
I've heard
strong
of a
across the board.
redwood ant.
Is it a red herring? The
I
Hercules
think
ant, that's what I
Hercules could be a
thought.
red herring.
I've
But
no idea.
N
I
pass.
feel like I've heard of redwood ant.
I feel like bullet ant could be right, but I'm not sure.
I think that is more. Is that more well known ant? I have no idea.
Oh, I've
about
never
these
heard
sorts
of
Might
it.
be a
So-
completely random guess.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
thoughts are with yellow crazy ant just for the sheer craziness, but that's not.
Yeah.
Cassie and Eddie, what do you want to go for?
Take it away.
Go with the yellow crazy ant.
Yellow crazy ant. I mean, to make that up and try and pass it off as a real ant would just be, well, yellow craziness. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Is it a pointless ant? Yellow crazy ant. It's an ant. Oh, it goes down to pointless. All right. We're in the green. We're in the green. There we are. Well done. Now, Rhapsody and Will. What ant are you going to select as a pointless ant?
I'll leave this decision with
I
you.
was
I
going
have
to say that.
no idea.
I think.
I'd say bullet.
Should we go for the bullet ant?
Let's say
we'll
bullet
go for
ant.
the bullet ant.
You're going to go for the bullet ant. The bullet ant. OK, let's find out. Is that a pointless ant? Well, the bullet ant is an ant. Oh, three people. Never mind. Never mind. It's good.
Yeah, the bullet ant has got the worst sting of any insect.
Oh, thank you, bullet ant.
Yeah, don't get stung
That's
by a
not
bullet
of
ant.
any insect.
Of any
In
insect.
terms of its venomousness.
Yeah, venomosity.
Venomosity.
Yeah. Listen, I wouldn't want to find out. Now, the yellow crazy ant gets its name because it's the only ant that likes Hawaiian pizzas. It's the only one that has a pineapple on its pizza, the yellow crazy ant. Mancini ant is incorrect, and red wood ant would have scored you points. So the Enpas ant and the Hercules ant, which of those is pointless?
There's a gag there. En passant. In passing.
It's a move in chess, en passant. Yeah, absolutely.
En
So that
passant.
is the incorrect answer. And Hercules ant is a real ant, very strong ant, as you
Very strong.
suspected.
Must be. Yeah, very good. Thank you. There we are. Well done, though. You managed to find 1 pointless answer, so we can add £250 to the jackpot. It now stands at £1,250. I don't know who'll be playing for it, but we're going to find out in the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Our first question today is all about Best Actress Oscar winners of the 2010s. Richard.
Yep, going to show you 5 pictures of actors in the roles that won them that award in the 2010s.
Thank you.
Who are they? Who are they? Sorry, I should have added. I thought that was obvious.
Yeah,
But
I think it probably was. But yes, who are they? Can you identify these actors? OK, we have got A, B, C, D, E. There we are. Now then, Cassie and Eddie, you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
What do
Do you
think
know
of
who
us?
B is?
No. Do you know the actress to see?
Yeah, but she's really famous, so no.
Maybe go with D then, because she's younger. People seem to get those wrong sometimes.
Okay. I'm going to go with Jennifer Lawrence
Jennifer Lawrence for
for D.
D. Jennifer Lawrence for D. OK. Rhapsody and Will.
So I watched three billboards outside
Yeah.
Ebbing, Missouri last night.
That is her, isn't
and
it?
I can't remember the name of the
I
actress.
think I know
it's
all of
her,
the
and
others, but I don't know which one's going to be lower.
I thought C would be the lowest out of those 3 because of A's kind
Yeah,
of being
A
more
and E are
recent.
really
and
famous.
You can talk through all the names.
well, he's Meryl Streep as Thatcher. C is Natalie
Natalie
Portman in
Portman.
Black Swan, and A is
Olivia
Olivia
Colman.
Colman.
I'm really trying to remember the name of B, and I don't think I'm going to get there. So do you want to go
Okay.
for C instead?
do you want to go for C?
C? Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. So we've got Jennifer Lawrence and we've got Natalie Portman. Cassie and Eddie have gone for Jennifer Lawrence for D. Let's see how many of our 100 said Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is right. That goes down to 20. Meanwhile, Rhapsody and Will have gone for Natalie Portman for C. Let's see how many of our 100 said Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman is right. Natalie Portman's going to be very close. Look at Nat. Natalie Portman wins it for you. Very well done indeed. Rhapsody and Will, after one question, you're up 1-0.
Very well played. Yeah, I think you were debating between the two there when you went for Jennifer Lawrence, but Natalie Portman, the better answer. We'll get to B at the end. B is the best answer. Olivia Colman at the top there would have scored you 52, playing Queen Anne in The Favourite. And Meryl Streep would have scored you 40. Now, yes, absolutely from 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Frances McDormand.
Wonderful, Frances McDormand, yep. And would have scored 1 point. It's a low scorer. Well done if you said that at home.
Everyone knows who she is. No one can quite remember her name. Thank you very much indeed. Here comes your second question. Now then, Cassie and Eddie, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Rhapsody and Will, you get to answer it first. Best of luck. Our second question is all about UK national parks, Richard.
Yeah, going to show you the names now of 5 UK national parks, but we put their names in alphabetical order. We're also going to show you the region you'll find these UK national parks in as well.
Thank you very much. So these are alphabetised anagrams of UK national parks. Here we go. We've got Admurt, England. Agimnors, Scotland. Enwefrst, England. Adinus, Wales. And Echecorsi Adils, England. There we are. Rhapsody and Will go first.
Do you know any of the others? Maybe let's go for the last one there.
OK.
For the fourth one down, we're going to say Snowdonia.
Snowdonia. Right. Cassie and Eddie, over to you. Can you talk us through that board?
Any thoughts?
The ones I know are New Forest and Yorkshire Dales.
I think I've got Dartmoor as well at the top, is it? I'll just take your best guess.
New Forest or Yorkshire Dales? Yorkshire Dales.
Yorkshire Dales, yeah.
Yorkshire Dales. OK, so we have got Snowdonia and we've got Yorkshire Dales. Rhapsody and Will have gone for Snowdonia. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Snowdonia is absolutely right. Down again, 44. Meanwhile, Cassie and Eddie have gone for Yorkshire Dales at the bottom. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Yorkshire Dales. Yorkshire Dales is right. And that wins the point for you. Look at that. Just what we needed from you. 27 for Yorkshire Dales. You're back in the game, Cassie and Eddie. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Yeah, very well played, especially as the other 2 answers that you were thinking of. Both would have lost the point. Dartmoor would have scored you 49, and New Forest, biggest scorer of all, unsurprisingly, 84. And the other one?
Cairngorms.
Cairngorms, yeah. And that would have scored 25. Best answer on the board.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, it comes down to the third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about the Beatles studio albums. Richard.
Yep, 5 Beatles studio albums. We've missed a word out from each title. What is that word? I think, didn't Will say he liked the Beatles right at the very beginning?
He did say that.
But you're regretting that now, Will.
No,
OK, let's reveal our 5 Beatles albums, and here they come. We've got Blank Soul, Beatles for Blank, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Blank Band, Blank Road, and Let It Blank. Cassie and Eddie will go first.
We are not Beatles fans in the slightest, so this is really hard.
I mean, the third one or the fourth one are the only ones I know.
What are they? Because I don't even know them.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Let It Be, isn't it? And then the road one is the road that's in Liverpool, whatever that's called.
Abbey Road. I think Let It Be.
Let It Be, then I guess we'll go with that.
You're going to go for Let It Be. Let It Be. Now, Rhapsody and Will, talk us through the board.
So we've got Rubber Soul,
Yeah.
Beatles for Sale, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and Abbey Road. And
It's just the question of which is going
which
to be
is-
lowest.
I would have said that Beatles for Sale would be the lowest out of those, or
I
Rubber
think-
Soul. But
I think Rubber
I'll
Soul's
leave it to
bigger than
you.
Beatles for Sale. I think I'd go Beatles for Sale.
We'll go Beatles
OK,
for Sale.
Beatles for Sale. So we've got Let It Be and Beatles for Sale. Cassie and Eddie have gone for Let It Be. Let's see how many of our 100 got Let It Be. It's Is right. That's how right that is. 98. Meanwhile, Rhapsody and Will have gone for Beatles for Sale. Let's see how many of our 100 got that. It wins the point for you. Very well done indeed.
Well done.
With a bit of room to spare as well. 29 is what that scores, and it means very well done indeed. Rhapsody and Will, after 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, and it was the best answer on the board. It was the best one to go for, so very well done. Rubber Soul would have scored you 43. Sergeant Pepper's would have scored you 80. These are all big scorers. And Abbey Road would have scored you 68.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, and in fact leaving us for good, I'm afraid. Cassie and Eddie, thank you for coming and playing so well. Cassie and Eddie. But for Rhapsody and Will, now time for the pointless final. Congratulations, Rhapsody and Will. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,250. Very well done. Just one show, though. It's a shame. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
I mean, it would have been nice if we'd kept the Beatles for now.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I did used to have a hamster called Ringo Starr.
And I'd like something periodic table-y to come up. If it was
Periodic
named after
table-y.
people or named after places, great.
OK, well,
Right,
listen, let's see. 4 things will appear on the board, as they always do. And we have to have the sign here that you like the look of. We can give you friends, Romans and countrymen, rare breeds of poultry, sporting in-betweens, and art in the 21st century.
Sport, I am no good, so I think rule that out unless you're really confident.
I'm not too confident in it now.
Having said that, I don't know anything about any of the others
No,
either.
yeah.
If Friends is the
Film
TV show, I can do that.
Yeah.
You pick. Do you want to do sports?
We'll go,
You'd
do you
be
wanna go?
best. Yeah.
We'll go sporting in between.
Sporting in-betweens it is. Richard.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide open one, this. So it might be a good choice. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for any man who's won the Open between the years it was held in Northern Ireland. That's 1951 to 2019. So anyone who won in that period. We're looking for any men's Wimbledon champion between Fred Perry and Andy Murray. Or we are looking for any FA Cup winning team between Spurs' 1901 and 1991 victories. Best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. As always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
I think so.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Okay, so I really have no idea when it comes to any sort of Wimbledon or Open
FA
people,
Cup.
but I feel like FA Cup, I
Go,
can have a
go.
good pop. Sheffield Wednesday might have won it a long time ago. I know that there was a final between Portsmouth and Cardiff where one of them was going down, and so having that. Wigan won quite
We'll get
recently.
3, so you could go for both.
Wigan won, I think. I'll go. I mean, what did you say? If FA Cup comes in, what are you going to say?
West Ham.
There you go. We'll give West Ham a pop. West Ham,
I don't know anything about
Wigan,
tennis.
Sheffield
So
Wednesday. I'd say with 3 answers that are going
I
to be
will
niche.
absolutely leave this with you. So, yeah. Do you
Let's-
want to
let's
do?
go for those 3? West Ham, Wigan,
What was the other one that you
Sheffield
said
Wednesday.
before? That Sheffield played. No, Cardiff.
Portsmouth played Cardiff.
Oh.
Portsmouth won. We'll go
10
for
seconds left.
Portsmouth, Sheffield Wednesday, and Wigan.
Whatever you want.
I'm not sure they will win it if the issue, but if they
Well,
have,
then
they
they'll
will
be
be very
pointless.
low.
So, yeah.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. What can you give me?
So I've just realised that the board says 1901 to 1991, and Wigan was definitely after that. So I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday,
Sheffield Wednesday,
West Ham,
West Ham,
and Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest,
All for FA Cup winning
all
teams.
for FA
between
Cup winning teams.
Tottenham
OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Probably Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday goes last, least likely to be pointless.
Nottingham Forest, because it
Nottingham-
might not be correct.
Nottingham Forest will put first, and West Ham goes in the middle. Lovely. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Nottingham Forest, West Ham, and Sheffield Wednesday. Well, what would you do if you were to win the jackpot with one of these? If one of these turned out to be pointless, £1,250 would be yours. How would you like to spend it? Rhapsody, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, I was planning on doing a big trip around South America, so it would be very nice to have some money towards that.
Lovely. Will?
And I'd like to go on a big trip travelling around North America. So I'd quite like some money to go towards that.
And we can meet in the middle at the end.
You can meet in the middle at the end, or maybe meet back at home. There we are. Well, best of luck. Let's hope one of these answers wins it for you. Nottingham Forest is your first answer. In all 3 cases, we are looking for FA Cup winning teams between 2 Spurs victories of 1901 and 1991. OK, Nottingham Forest. How many of our 100 people said it? Is it right? OK, if this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here with £1,250. Nottingham Forest now takes us down through the teens, into single figures, still going down. Nottingham Forest still going down to 2. That's a great answer. Irritatingly, we only accept pointless answers in this round. So we have to turn to West Ham United. Let us find out how many of our 100 people said West Ham. West Ham's right. Nottingham Forest took us all the way down to 2. Can West Ham take us down to 0 and win you £1,250? We're going down through the teens, down through the single figures with West Ham. Still go 4 for West Ham. OK, let's turn to your third and final answer. Your last shot at this. Sheffield Wednesday has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. Is it right? How many people said it? 3 correct answers. Sheffield Wednesday. If it is right, we'll win you £1,250. We went down to 2 with Nottingham Forest. We went down to 4 with West Ham. Sheffield Wednesday now taking us down, passing 2. You've done it! That is a pointless answer. Very well done indeed. Congratulations. You can go off to different ends of far-flung continents because, yeah, you've just won yourself £1,250.
Very, very well played. Did the right thing as well. The football's a thing. 2 essentially 3 random teams, and you couldn't go too far wrong. Loads and loads of pointless answers. And if you're a golf fan or a tennis fan as well, some absolute gimmies here. Let's take a look firstly at the golfers. Ben Hogan, pointless answer. Greg Norman won it a couple of times. Jordan Spieth. Padraig Harrington won it 2 years in a row. Ben Curtis, Francesco Molinari, Henrik Stenson, John Daly, a pointless answer. Justin Leonard, Mark Calcavecchia, Marco Mira, Nick Price, Peter Thompson won it 5 times. Tom Lehman, Zach Johnson, loads and loads of pointless answers there. Very well done if you've got one. Now, those Wimbledon men's singles winners. Bobby Riggs, Goran Ivanisevic, pointless answer. John Newcombe, the Australian. Michael Stick, the German. Richard Krajicek, Leighton Hewitt, a pointless answer. Stan Smith is a pointless answer. Loads of good pointless answers there. And the football teams. You'll see Sheffield Wednesday on this board. There's Bolton Wanderers as well, won it 4 times in that period. Southampton, who won in 1976. West Brom, Barnsley, Burnley, Bury, Charlton Athletic, Derby County, Huddersfield Town, Portsmouth, not in the year you were thinking about, but 1939, Portsmouth won it, would have been a pointless answer. Preston North End, and just in case Sheffield Wednesday fans are getting too cocky, Sheffield United as well, who won it 3 times. They were a pointless answer as well. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Rhapsody and Will, who take away today's jackpot of £1,250. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.